We've been in Istanbul eating street food and visiting the best spots in this epic city, and we've seen the dreamy hot air balloons and hiked through the fairy chimneys of Cappadocia. But now it's time to get some sun, sea and vitamin D and do Turkey's most beautiful road trip along the Turkish Riviera. This gorgeous coastline is just a stone throw away from Greece and has some of the best beaches and ruins in the whole world. Join us as we explore the bluest teal waters of Kaş, have the best boat trip of our lives in Bodrum, visit one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, Ephesus, and so much more. And believe us, you'll want to do this road trip yourself after watching this video. Welcome to the Turkish Riviera.
The Turkish Riviera starts basically in Antalya and goes all the way to Izmir or vice versa. We've decided to come to Antalya because of cheap direct flights from Cappadocia. It's a good place to work and do a little bit of catching up. There's really good infrastructure. They have a lot of car rental companies here. It's really just a good place to stop and explore. There's a lot of history. The Romans occupied this area 2,000 years ago. There's a lot of ruins left behind, and it's just cool to spend 1 or 2 days here just exploring that before moving on to our next stop.
We've been roaming around the cute little alleys here and we walk around the corner, and this view right here actually took my breath away, guys. Those mountains are so incredibly impressive in person. I don't even know if the camera is doing them justice. And then the water is so blue, and then you've got all this history around you here. Oh, it's quite nice, guys. I'm enjoying it. It's 10 in the morning, things are still slow and sleepy, like me, but we grabbed our first breakfast, simit, only 6 lira, 10 lira including the cheese on top. This is great, this is a fun start to our road trip, I'm chuffed. Thank you.
Thank you.
I picked up an egg to go with my simit.
We are here on the 8th of June. And it is 31 degrees, flipping hot now. Summer is definitely on its way. I think it's a really good time to come to Turkey. It's like late spring, trees all in bloom, lots of flowers everywhere, very beautiful. We got our rental car from Antalya Airport. We're paying around $55 a day. It's a lovely Renault Taliant. It's an automatic, which is super easy to drive. We went with a company called 6 Car Rental, who are very reputable. They're actually one of the big ones here in Turkey and the world. The pickup process was very easy, very professional, and the security deposit was only around $30, so super cheap. Can't complain. Now we are ready to go on this amazing road trip down the coast.
There's not a heck of a lot to do in Antalya itself. You could probably see and do everything within half a day even. You don't really need to spend the night, but if you do choose to, we recommend staying in and around the old town. It's super cute. That's basically where all the attractions are. There's also no beaches as such in Antalya. That's because the entire coastline is very cliffy. There is the waterfall that you can see from the park there. We saw it for about 10 seconds and then we left. And now we are on our way to hopefully somewhere where we can dip in the Mediterranean Sea, because we just miss being in the water ever since we left Cape Town a few weeks ago. Traffic police, be careful. Be careful. So just down there to the left in the valley is the ancient city of Olympus. We're going to be skipping that, but you guys are more than welcome to go down there, and there's a beach there that's quite nice. We've got some other ruins that we want to see on the way. Honestly guys, the first half of the drive was quite boring, I must say. But now we've driven down this road that's now right next to the ocean, or the sea. Sorry if I say ocean incorrectly. And now it's beautiful. We just got the big blue sea next to us. And mountains. And yesterday I was literally telling Rhett that the tomatoes in Turkey have been by far the best tomatoes I've ever eaten. I could actually eat one just raw on its own. And we drive through Kumluca. Guess what their most common plant is here in the farmlands? Tomatoes! How crazy is that?
Driving through Finike, things start to get even better. There are countless beaches to stop at, and you really feel like your Riviera road trip has begun. We just stopped just outside Finike. Our friend Alex came and had a dip in the ocean here one day. We wanted to do the same, but there's a few fishermen around and we don't want to disturb them and chase away the fish. But maybe you can come by and have a quick dip in the sea. We drove a bit more and we found a beautiful place. Woo, look at this beach. that is unbelievable. It's so nice. The temperature is incredible. Pebbles, so it's not sand. A little bit difficult to walk on, but it just feels good. I think it's good for your feet. That was our first swim in the Mediterranean Sea in our lives. Check.
After Finike, there's about a million other beaches that you can stop at. There's actually a few after our beach that are even nicer. So just take your time along this coastline, stop the car on the right and jump in the water. You have to. You just have to. You're here. Our first night will be spent in beautiful Kaş, just a 3-hour drive away from Antalya. This little coastal town is known for its snorkeling and diving, its whitewashed buildings and its Lycian tombs and ruins.
Alright, just arrived in Kaş, I think that's how you say it. First impressions, it is very vibey, full of people. It seems to be a lot of American and UK tourists here. We literally haven't been down to the ocean, so we're gonna just go check that out now. But we checked into a really cute little Airbnb. We're paying like 650 Rand, super good price. I checked it in July. It's actually for a bargain right now. It's usually about $100 or more.
It's huge and
it's huge.
Self-catering. And it's in such a cute little area. There's just beautiful views of the ocean and the mountains everywhere.
We are 100 meters from the beach, so that's where we're gonna head now. Ooh. How's the water?
So clear and blue. I can't even imagine it in the morning. I can't wait to swim.
It is beautiful with the mountains as the backdrop, the sea right in front of us, crystal clear water, amazing.
This is ridiculous. What a vibe. This is unreal.
Dinner with a view.
We've come to a place called Kaş
Lounge.
Lounge. It's overlooking the water. They've got a restaurant down on the water as well, like a beach club going on as well. This is just perfection.
Yeah, this meal's like about 150 to 200 lira per meal. I did say it's busy, but on the beach it's very quiet. There's like nobody here. I'm not sure where everybody is.
So far so good. We can see why so many people are coming here. Good morning! Time for our first dip in the Kaş waters, and it's so blue this morning, so clear, and there's huge fish here. It's actually quite chilly this morning, but I'm really looking forward to this, guys. So far, Kaş is probably our favorite destination on this road trip. It's just gorgeous. It's chilly, Jeff.
Living the life, living the life in the Mediterranean Sea. Not many things can make me sing.
No.
We have absolutely loved our stay here in Kaş. We were thinking about staying a second night. I suppose it's better to just keep on moving. But before we do, we're going to quickly check out some of the Lycian ruins here in the area. So this amphitheater here has been redone. I think they still use it quite a bit. But just imagining myself being here 2,000 years ago, watching a performance from up here with an incredible view in front of us.
Oh, we have had the best time in Kaş, and I'm so bummed that we're leaving. I wish we extended another night. Last night we actually explored the main strip in Kaş, and it's very much like Istiklal Street, quite touristy and loud and busy. So we suggest staying outside of that area, anywhere near our Airbnb, which was White House Apartments. Stay around there, beautiful quiet area, and you're only 100 meters from the beach, a dip in the Mediterranean Sea. Oh, it was actually glorious. But anyway, let's move on. I'm excited for the rest of this trip. We're heading out of Kaş now, and we just had to stop over the road and fly the drone because this coastline is what dreams are made of. And honestly, if you are coming to Turkey, definitely plan to stay in Kaş for 2 to 3 nights because it's honestly a destination that is the epitome of what you want out of a European summer. Honestly, guys, yachts, turquoise water, bikinis, sunbeds on the water, fish, snorkeling, scuba diving, little town cobble streets. Oh my word, it's really something else.
So driving along this coastal road now, there's islands off in the distance. Those are actually Greek islands. That's how close we are to Greece. It is absolutely insane. I'm so excited to explore more of this region. Adding to that, from Kaş, there's actually ferries operating where you can go to Greece for the day. I think the island's called Mis. I'll put it on the screen now for you. Get your passport ready, go have a little trip and eat a gyro on the island.
Or you can book a direct 1 hour flight from Izmir to Athens like we have done. I know, we're going to Greece, like next week, like in a few days. Oh my word, I'm so excited. If you don't know, Greece is probably number 3 on my all-time travel bucket list. So it's a biggie guys. We're excited. Looks fake. Just stopped to have a look at Kaputaş Beach, and I think it's one of the most beautiful beaches we've ever laid eyes on. There's like a milky blue water going on there. It's so stunning. There's sunbeds and everything down there as well, and a restaurant, so we highly recommend you guys go for a dip down there if you have the time. But we've got other things to do today, and I have a feeling there's going to be so many more beautiful beaches on this road trip. Kalkan, hidden gem. What on earth? Like just what 15 minutes from Kaputaş Beach is this Kalkan, and it's pumping. There's like 90% UK tourists just living out their best summer dream. I'm quite jealous actually. I think we should be staying here too. We're at this really nice restaurant actually that's giving Ibiza, Bali vibes as well. A bit expensive, but like worth it.
This is the benefit of just having no schedule and just doing your own thing in your own car. You can just stop for lunch whenever you want. It's just amazing. Definitely don't feel pressurized to follow a specific itinerary or book accommodation in advance. Just, you know, wing it.
Fun fact, a lot of the stops on our road trip are part of a marked hiking trail called the Lycian Way. It's a hiking trail spanning over 540 kilometers along the Mediterranean coast, from Fethiye to Antalya, following the ancient Lycian civilization. Apparently thousands of people travel to Turkey every year to do this hiking route.
We come to Xanthos, which is actually a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and there's an incredible amphitheater right here and an acropolis to visit. Another ruin to also see on this road trip, which is just before Kaş, which we didn't get to see because it closes at 5, is Mira. It also has a beautiful, well-preserved amphitheater, probably one of the best well-preserved ones in the area. Got some nice houses on the hill there too, so highly recommend you go and stop there too.
This is an amphitheater behind us, and often in Greek history they were used as a place for entertainment, live performances, speeches and all sorts, but this one behind us was used for gladiator things. How epic is that? And Red told me that they used to bring wild animals like lions and tigers and have them here and fighting against prisoners, I guess, and gladiators, right? Yeah, that's how I feel. Oh, crazy.
You can see that there's rooms. There's about 6 of them, and each has a little door out. So I'd imagine they either held prisoners or the animals in here, and then the gladiators would come from that side. And they'd meet in the middle and have a fight.
Do you think so?
Yeah, that's what I envisage happening 2,500 years ago.
Crazy. You don't have legitimate information backing that, right?
No, I do. I've watched Troy and 300.
Remember earlier I told you guys that Turkey has got the best tomatoes, and there were a whole bunch of tomato farms everywhere? Retty just found some tomatoes lying on the floor next to a tomato farm, and he picked me the most perfect little baby tomato. I guess I should eat it, hey? I haven't washed it though. Oh well, YOLO.
Really?
Hey?
You're just gonna eat it straight?
It's from the ground.
Yeah. Just give it a polish up there. Come on, word. Nice, straight from the source.
Yum!
Perfect.
It's perfect. We finished up at Xanthos, and to be honest, it's a 20-minute walk up to the necropolis, and it is like 35 degrees today, so unfortunately we can't go, otherwise I'm gonna die. But you guys go ahead, make the walk up there, but we did fly the drone and we can see it anyway. It looks super cool, so you guys go ahead. We literally just passed a place called Kint, I think it is. I saw a beautiful TikTok of that destination. It's like this huge gorge that you walk on wooden pillars and planks, literally right across the road from Xanthos. So if you want to go do that, go for it as well. We're just going to be going along doing our own thing and telling you what's here and there and what's worth seeing and what isn't. Originally planning to stay 1 or 2 nights here in Ölüdeniz. This is one of the best places in the world to paraglide. But now that we've gotten here, we aren't quite vibing with it. It's super busy. It feels like we're actually in Kaputaş Beach in Phuket, Thailand. Very similar to that. Lots and lots of tourists here. And unfortunately, the whole area is super expensive, with accommodation being around 4,000 Turkish lira a night, even weeks ago when I was looking at accommodations. Also, I do want to add that the hotels that are relatively affordable in Ölüdeniz look like they belong back in the 80s. And I'm not saying that to be a bad thing or anything, but I can just picture what the 80s look like now from looking at all these hotels. There are some really nice hotels there for sure, bit of a Bali vibe, 1 or 2 of them, but very stuck in the center, lots of traffic. Very busy. Well, we are actually very chuffed with our apartment that we found here in Fethiye, and we only booked it like half an hour before we even got here. The host was so great, they let us check in immediately, and it's a fully self-catering unit for only $37 a night. Very modern, has a dishwasher, washing machine, kitchen, everything you need. It's just wonderful, and if you don't know us, we really enjoy our self-catering units because we actually really enjoy cooking and taking a break from eating out all the time. We find it really exhausting. I don't know about you guys, let me know what you think. Do you eat out for every meal, or do you prefer having breakfast and maybe an odd dinner at home cooking? But anyway, if you Google Fethiye, all the images that come up are basically of Ölüdeniz and all those beautiful, stunning turquoise beaches. But in the center here in Fethiye, it's nothing like that. In fact, it's very residential. There's a lot of suburban life going on here, like a tiny city, and then they've got a promenade along the water. There's no beaches actually. You can't sit there and swim. So very surprised by this, but we're only using it as a little stop-off point tonight, and then we will carry on exploring in the morning. For now, I'm just cooking us a veggie curry with rice, and then I got actually chicken doner, which is basically the meat they use for kebabs. And we're gonna have that and catch up on some work, and we'll see you in the morning. Who knows where we'll be then.
Good morning, we are at Fethiye Marina in this beautiful big square here. Clary was desperate to go to Ölüdeniz this morning, and that was because she showed me this beautiful beach. But I flew the drone there yesterday and the beach no longer looks like that. Unfortunately, it now looks like this, and you can see it's just very overrun, very busy, quite cluttered. And after seeing the vibe there yesterday, reminding us of Kaputaş Beach in Thailand, we just don't think it's worth the visit, so we're gonna give it a skip. It's not for us, but you guys go and check it out. There's actually a lot to do. Fethiye has been great. It's also not a hell of a lot to do. There's a couple of ruins here and an old castle on the hill. There's a lot of tour boats that leave from here every morning. There's diving on offer, so I guess they go around the coast to Ölüdeniz for diving, which is obviously very nice blue waters. Over here the water is actually quite brown. It's not really good for swimming. So yeah, we're gonna grab a coffee at the Starbucks and head to Bodrum. Let's go.
It's our first toll.
Not sure how much it is.
No idea. 15.
15? Haba.
We just went through our first toll road. We had to pay cash, only 15 Turkish lira, so different from Mexico. The one toll there was 350 Turkish lira. And this toll road is just beautiful as the one in Mexico?
Stop for a quick pizza here in Marmaris. Nice beach town, very touristy, very busy as well. Just needed to get some food. It's a good little halfway mark between Fethiye and Bodrum.
We finally arrived in the coastal city of Bodrum, and little did we know this would be one of our favorite places on the entire road trip. Okay, Cape Town, is that you?
About 2 hours later and we are now in Bodrum. It is a cute little Airbnb, beautiful little town. We've already been down to the beach and had a nice swim. There's a ton of restaurants and just a really cool little vibe here. It looks very much like Greece, which is not surprising since the islands are a short ferry ride just across the way. We are going to take it easy now and watch a bit of the soccer later on tonight. Just come to dinner here on the shore at a place called, I think it's Dinch.
Mayonnaise ketchup is here.
Perfect, thank you so much.
Welcome.
How you doing?
Well chuffed, guys. This is really romantic. We've got beautiful light reflections on the water. We've got views of the Bodrum Castle. We've got live music, beautiful food, and even better company. Oh! Finished.
Bodrum, what a vibe at night. It is so cool. So many restaurants, so many pubs, places to watch sport and just have a real good time.
Good morning. Very good morning. All along the Turkish Riviera, you will be given plenty of opportunities to jump on a boat and experience these incredible waters. We've chosen to do it from Bodrum and specifically to see this Orak Island water. Oh my word. We booked this through Get Your Guide and it was only €25 per person. I don't even know how that is real. We've got the most awesome crew here as well. We've got a nice hot Turkish lunch with Turkish tea and coffee and biscuits included in this. Guys, I'm going to link it down below for you. I think this is the best boating activity we've ever done. This is fabulous.
Literally, the boats look like they are floating on thin air. The water is so clear for meters down below you.
This is crazy.
Guys, by the way, would you like to drink something? Just let me know, please.
Bon appetit. Lovely day out here, man. You get to stay here for 2 hours. Oh,
Guys, honestly, this has been one of the best tours ever.
Hello.
Bodrum is reminding us a lot of Cape Town, our home city, because of all these villas on the water and the ships and the yachts and everything. Kind of feels like we're home. If you've ever been to this part of Turkey and you enjoyed it, then you definitely have to join us in Cape Town one day, because you'll love it even more. As if things couldn't get better, there's an ice cream boat that floats around the area and sells ice lollies to everyone.
Şerefe.
Teşekkürler.
Thank you.
The captain of the boat just gave me his little sailing hat. This trip has been one of the best things we've done in all of our travels. To sail around with such incredible people that make you feel like family has been absolute bliss. To top it all off, I got to steer a boat. Best day of my life. You have to do this if you're ever in Bodrum. Well, we just had such a lovely day yesterday. We were honestly in bliss the whole day. It was so incredible. Highly recommend you guys do that tour. Oh, still reminiscing right now. But there are other things you can do here in Bodrum. You can go to the Bodrum Castle. There's a museum inside there, and you can go to the market and walk along the streets and buy some goodies. And you can also take a boat trip to Greece for the day if you want, to the island of Kos. It's like a half an hour ferry ride, and you need to take your passport because it is legitimately Greece. But we are heading further north today because we've got a few more stops on our road trip. From Bodrum, you can choose to drive out of the Turkish Riviera inland to a place called Pamukkale, where you can visit the famous salt baths. Apparently, you need to get there as soon as it opens at 7 a.m. to avoid the crowds. And warning, sometimes the salt pans are dried up a little. Is it worth the 6-hour drive there and back? That's totally up to you. We're off to see the best ruins in Turkey.
Alright, we got a quick stop here at the ancient city of Ephesus. There are a ton of tour buses here. You can do day tours straight from Izmir to here. It's only about an hour away. You've seen a taste of the ruins found here in Turkey, but this place is the creme de la creme.
Yes, you can pass.
400 entrance per person. It's a very well preserved ancient city, guys. The amphitheater here is about 4 times bigger than the one at Xanthos. So let's go and check it out. Welcome to Ephesus, home to one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, the Temple of Artemis. You could easily spend 4 hours here. We had limited time, but the highlights for us were Hadrian's Gate and the Celsus Library. This city was built in the 10th century BC by the Greek and came into control of the Romans in 129 BC. You cannot believe how well these ruins are preserved, and we didn't even get a chance to go into the terraced houses section, where you can still see entire rooms covered in tiles and artwork. That area is an extra fee, but from what we've seen online, it is some of the most impressive work of archaeologists in the world and well worth the visit. We'd probably also recommend that you get yourself a guide. We'll link one in the description for you.
We've just left the ruins and we were just chatting, and we've come to the realization that it is so profound visiting these incredible ancient cities, because that is where everything started. Democracy, astrology, philosophy, community, science. Some of the greatest minds on this planet roamed around these cities. So it's just incredible to visit something like that. Really, guys. Wow. So worth it.
If you're planning a trip to Turkey, make sure you grab our Turkey resource pack, which is available now. It includes our Google Maps link to every restaurant, cafe, tourist attraction, and beach we visited, as well as links to visas, the best tours, over 20 accommodations, and so much more. Every day, one of you purchases a pack, and we wanted to say a big thank you for the support. We hope you find them extremely helpful. We've made it to Izmir. This is actually the last stop of our road trip. We came here because we actually found a great direct flight from Izmir to Athens. It's only a 1 hour, so I guess that's why people come here, because it's got a really good airport, good infrastructure, there's a great metro. In terms of things to do here, there's just the promenade, which is nice to go running and do some exercise. There's the square with the clock tower, and then obviously it's a good place to base yourself if you want to go to the ancient city of Ephesus like we did yesterday.
And then it's also a great spot to do Çeşme or Sezme from. It's a little town about an hour's drive away from Izmir, and apparently it's like one of the most underrated places of Turkey, so definitely do that if you can. We ran out of time and we're super bleak that we weren't able to do that location, so you guys definitely plan for that. But otherwise, we are off to Greece, and if you've ever been wondering if you can do Greece on a budget, we've been wondering the same thing, so let's find out in the next one together. See you in Greece, bro.